Before going any further, I want to say God bless the people of Israel. They're under attack right now. That's because we show great weakness. This would not happen. The weakness that we've shown is unbelievable, and it would not have happened if we were in office. You know that. They know that. Everybody knows that. All of America knows that the real blame for this nightmare lies with one person, crooked Joe Biden.
There you have it. Donald Trump really slamming President Biden while he addressed Iran's attacks on Israel. Meanwhile, President Biden only released a statement on the attacks. He spent half the weekend at the beach in Delaware before he cut his trip short and then returned to the White House. Nigel Farage with us this morning. How does this make? How do you guys overseas? What's your image of America? What do you think about America on the world stage at the moment?
Where is America on the world stage? It's disappeared. It couldn't be further away, could it, from the inauguration speech that Biden gave? Do you remember? He said, "America is back," as if somehow we were going to get Western world leadership coming from President Biden. He's almost disappeared. As you said, he was at the beach for most of the weekend, probably photographed, having an ice cream, which most of mainstream American television seem to think is wonderful somehow. Let's remember how we've got where we've got with Iran. It was Obama as president, backed up by Biden as vice president, along with their friends in the European Union in Brussels, who put in place the JCPOA, the agreement with Iran on nuclear non-proliferation. In doing so, they removed sanctions, they freed up tens of billions of dollars, and Iran have used that money to fund the Houthis, to fund Hezbollah, to fund Hamas, and now to fund 350 missiles and drones being aimed at mainland Israel. It seems as if we've got a collective amnesia about how Iran got itself strong enough to be where it is.
Do you think that Israel should retaliate directly and attack Iran?
I think Israel should retaliate cleverly. I don't think just sending back hundreds of, whether it's shells or bombing raids or whatever it is. No, they should be selective and doing actually what Trump was trying to do when he was American president by trying to take out some of the senior leading figures. There is no doubt that within Iran itself, the regime is not very popular. It stays there through brute force, through use of the army. No, Israel should retaliate, and it should be clever. But the other extraordinary thing is that Biden has said that what happened last night in Israel was a win. Well, in sporting terms, it was at best a draw. Not having 350 missiles kill thousands of people is hardly a win.
Very interesting. Nigel Farage, you've got an interesting perspective, and we appreciate it. Nigel, come and see us again soon. Thank you very much indeed.